Hello, my fellow cosmic explorers. Did you know that right at this very moment, while you're watching this video, Mars is shaking? No, this isn't science fiction. This is pure, fascinating science. And it's not just Mars. The Moon, Venus, Mercury, and even the Sun are literally rocking with earthquakes that would make our biggest seismic events look like child's play. Just imagine this. In 1996, the Sun had a sunquake of magnitude 11. Thrus, a force so devastating it would be capable of shattering our entire planet. And you think Earth's earthquakes are impressive? Get ready for a journey through the solar system that will completely change how you view tremors and quakes. So if you're ready to discover the most incredible seismic secrets of the universe, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell, because today we're going to explore a phenomenon that literally happens in every corner of our solar system. Let's start with a discovery that literally made the scientific community shake. And that's not a pun. On May 4th, 2022, NASA's InSight lander detected the largest earthquake ever recorded on another planet, a magnitude 5 Marsquake that rocked the red planet for hours. Now you might be thinking, Neil, magnitude 5, that's nothing compared to Earth's earthquakes. But here's what's fascinating. On Mars, a magnitude 5 earthquake is at the upper limit of what scientists expected to find. Why? Because Mars doesn't have active tectonic plates like Earth does. This earthquake was so significant that the seismic waves traveled through Mars' entire core, revealing secrets about the planet's internal structure that we'd been trying to discover for decades. It's as if Mars gave us a free X-ray of its interior. But if you think Mars is impressive, wait until you hear about our own Moon. Did you know that Apollo astronauts left seismometers on the Moon that operated for years? And what they discovered will surprise you. The Moon has 4 different types of moonquakes: deep tremors, meteorite impacts, thermal quakes caused by extreme temperature variations. Imagine 500 degrees Fahrenheit difference between lunar day and night. And the most impressive, shallow tremors that can last up to 10 minutes and reach magnitude 5. 7. Here's the mind-blowing fact. A recent study reanalyzed Apollo mission data and discovered not 13,000, but 22,000 lunar seismic events. This means our Moon is much more active than we ever imagined. And the most fascinating part? Some of these moonquakes are caused by ancient fractures in the lunar crust that are still moving, billions of years after they were created. Now let's travel to the hottest planet in the solar system, Venus. With temperatures of 860 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt lead, Venus is literally hell. But did you know this hell also shakes? Venus quakes are caused by something even more dramatic than tectonic plates: massive volcanic eruptions. Imagine volcanoes so powerful they make the entire planet vibrate with earthquakes exceeding magnitude 4. And here's the detail that fascinates me. Venus doesn't have tectonic plates like Earth, but it has something even more impressive: a surface that is completely renewed by volcanic activity every 300 to 500 million years. This means the entire planet is literally remade from scratch periodically. It's as if Venus were a gigantic planetary renewal laboratory, where earthquakes and volcanoes work together to recreate an entire world. Mercury teaches us a fascinating lesson about how planets can have earthquakes for completely different reasons. Are you ready for this? Mercury is literally shrinking. Mercury's iron core is cooling and contracting, causing the entire planet to decrease in size. Imagine an entire planet doing what a basketball does when it loses air, but on a cosmic scale. This contraction creates gigantic geological faults. One of them stretches from New York City to Atlanta and stands as tall as Mount Washington. And here's what's truly impressive. Scientists have discovered that Mercury is still geologically active. It's not a dead planet like we thought. It continues shrinking, creating new earthquakes as its surface adapts to the diminishing core. It's like watching planetary evolution in real time. Now here's something that will challenge everything you think about earthquakes. How can a planet without a solid surface have earthquakes? Well, Jupiter and Saturn show us that the universe always has surprises. These gas giants don't have earthquakes in the traditional sense, but they vibrate. When liquids and gases in their interiors move around the rocky cores, they create waves that make the entire planet oscillate. The Cassini probe was so clever that it detected Saturn quakes by measuring vibrations in Saturn's rings themselves. Imagine this. Saturn's rings function like a giant cosmic seismograph, recording every internal movement of the planet. It's as if the universe itself had created a natural scientific instrument to help us understand these gaseous worlds. Nature is simply brilliant. But if you want to see truly spectacular earthquakes, we need to talk about Io, Jupiter's moon that is literally a world in constant eruption. Io has more than 400 active volcanoes. That's right, 400, that create continuous earthquakes. Here's what's absolutely fascinating. Io is stretched and compressed by Jupiter's gravitational forces like a giant rubber ball. This constant gravitational massage generates so much internal heat that it keeps hundreds of volcanoes in permanent activity. Earthquakes on Io aren't occasional events. They're the planet's normal state. And the eruptions, some reach 186 miles high. To put this in perspective, that's like a volcano on Earth launching lava higher than if you stacked 1,500 Empire State Buildings on top of each other. Io shows us that earthquakes and volcanism can be so intense they completely transform a world's landscape every few years. Europa, another moon of Jupiter, presents us with a type of earthquake that seems straight out of a science fiction movie: ice earthquakes. Beneath an ice crust 9 to 15 miles thick, Europa hides a liquid water ocean that may contain more water than the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans combined. But here's where it gets interesting. This ice crust has tectonic plates. That's right, Europa has plate tectonics like Earth, only made of ice. When these plates move, they create Europaquakes that fracture and reorganize the entire frozen surface. What does this mean? It means Europa may have enough geological activity to keep its subsurface ocean heated and potentially habitable. Europa's ice earthquakes could be the key to understanding if life exists on other worlds. Every tremor on this distant moon could be creating the perfect conditions for life to flourish. Now let's talk about the most powerful seismic event ever recorded in our solar system. And it happened right at the center of everything, on the Sun. In 1996, a solar eruption created a sunquake of magnitude 11.3, a force so devastating it would be capable of shattering the entire Earth. Can you imagine that? The Sun, our star, literally shakes with earthquakes caused by colossal magnetic eruptions. When magnetic fields violently reconnect on the solar surface, they create shockwaves that make the entire star vibrate like a giant cosmic bell. And here's what's truly humbling. These sunquakes release more energy in a few minutes than all of human civilization has used in its entire history. They remind us that, however impressive planetary earthquakes may be, we live in a solar system dominated by a star that is literally an earthquake machine on a stellar scale. Even at the frozen edge of our solar system on Pluto, we find evidence of seismic activity. Pluto may have Plutoquakes caused by the cyclical freezing and thawing of its subsurface liquid water ocean. Imagine a world so distant it takes 248 Earth years to complete one orbit around the Sun, and yet it still shakes. When Pluto's internal ocean freezes during the coldest parts of its eccentric orbit, the expansion of ice can create fractures and earthquakes on the surface. This teaches us something profound about our solar system. No matter how distant, how cold, or how apparently dead a world may seem, nature always finds ways to create movement, change, and activity. Pluto shows us that even in the most unlikely places, the universe is alive and in constant transformation. Now you must be wondering, why are earthquakes on other worlds so different from ours? The answer lies in the incredible diversity of forces that can make a planet shake. On Earth, our earthquakes are mainly caused by tectonic plates, pieces of crust that move and collide. But in space, we've discovered there are at least 6 different ways to make a world tremble: planetary cooling and contraction, like on Mercury; gravitational tidal forces, like on Io and Europa; volcanic activity, like on Venus; meteorite impacts, like on the Moon; internal fluid movements, like in gas giants; and even stellar eruptions, like on the Sun. This means earthquakes are a universal characteristic of celestial bodies. Wherever there is matter, energy, and movement in the universe, there will be tremors. It's as if the entire cosmos were a giant seismic symphony, with each world contributing its own melody of movement and change. My friends, what we've learned today is that we live in a solar system that is literally alive and shaking. From the devastating sunquakes of the sun to the delicate moonquakes of our moon, from the volcanic Venus quakes to the icy Europa quakes, each world has its own unique seismic signature. This teaches us something fundamental about our place in the universe. We are not unique in our geological activity. We are part of a cosmic family of dynamic worlds, each with its own history of tremors, changes, and evolution. And here's the most exciting part. We're just beginning to understand these phenomena. With every new space mission, every new instrument we send to other worlds, we discover more about how the universe moves, shakes, and evolves. If you were as mind-blown as I am by these cosmic earthquakes, smash that like button to support more incredible scientific content. Hit subscribe and ring that notification bell, because next week we're going to explore another mind-bending mystery of the cosmos that will absolutely blow your minds. And tell me in the comments, which of these space earthquakes impressed you the most? The devastating sunquakes, the mysterious moonquakes, or maybe the ice Europa quakes? I want to know what you think. Remember, the universe is full of wonders waiting to be discovered, and every earthquake, every tremor, every cosmic vibration tells us a story about the incredible diversity and dynamism of the cosmos we live in. Until our next scientific adventure, keep looking up at the stars and never stop questioning everything. Peace out, space explorers.